not everyone is used to think like that. So
Yeah.
So when
I think a lot of gains are made when you just hold long term. A lot of these short plays don't end up too well. If you believe in a project, just invest and wait. Really, it's like planting a seed.
yeah, that's it exactly. Planting a seed for long-term investment. Of course, I think you can also manage with a little amount of your wallet to gamble. Let's say it like that. And
Yeah, of course.
do short term, but yes, of course, you have to think long term.
Have you had anyone in your AMA do a 180 in rug pull? No.
No rug pull. We had one project that died 1 or 2 weeks after the AMA, but
Okay.
the other projects are still alive. One is migrating, but mostly we have a bit of luck probably also, but we try to make it as safe as possible.
Of course.
But, let's hope it will keep that way.
Keep the good track record.
Yeah. So you wanted to share something on video because you asked.
Yeah. So if it's okay, I'll just give a quick walkthrough of the app, just so people get an idea of what it does.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to ask the questions in French, and Guilhem will translate for you. And after the answer, Guilhem will translate back in French for the audience. So if you have long answers, please wait maybe at the middle of the answers so Guilhem can translate to the audience. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, no issue.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Alors, bonjour à tous. Guilhem, tu es prêt?
Absolument.
Ok, parfait. Donc, pour commencer, une petite présentation de la team. Donc, s'il y a déjà eu des projets sur lesquels ils ont travaillé par le passé et s'ils prévoient de travailler sur d'autres projets dans le futur, hors Agent of I.N.U. Et voilà. Donc, présentation de la team.
Okay. So, Imi et Abe, the first question is could you present your team, and after that describe the past projects you have made before and the potential future projects you could be involved about your current project.
Sure. Did you guys want us to give you a little bit of an overview of our project before the questions? Or?
We're going to talk about the project just after this. So
okay.
A little presentation of the team, and then we are going to speak about the project.
Sure thing. Abe, you want to do that one? You're the main dev.
Yeah, no problem. So this is actually
your experience.
Yeah, so this is actually my first project in the crypto space. So I'll give you a bit of background about myself. I'm a software developer and product engineer of about 10 years. So I've worked on many different products and apps in my sort of professional life. So when I got into crypto, sorry, go ahead.
No, continue.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So when I got into crypto, and I started to understand the space, so actually there were quite a few scams that I got caught into early on, and I just started to read the smart contract code, start to understand how the space works, and after about a week or two, I realized that I understand it quite well and well enough that I can create my own tools and my own apps to try and help people avoid scams. So initially I started building the tool for myself, and after about a month or two, I showed it to Imi. He quite liked it, and he pushed me to release it to the broader market, because it's a tool that's useful to everyone who's investing in this space. We can help anyone avoid scams. So that's essentially how the project started. We've got myself, Imi, and there's also another dev who's also a very experienced software developer who's helping out on the front end. So he's built most of what you see on the screen now. Well, I've been working more on the data side, the analysis side. And there's also a third one who's sort of hasn't been doing a huge amount, but he's very smart guy who's also helping out in terms of direction. So that's really the core team. So us four. That answers your question.
I will just ask you to confirm the next things. So it's your first real project in crypto. You worked as a product engineer during 10 years, and you encountered some problems with scams, with contract codes, and this is why you realized that you need to aware your own audience, making your own tools to avoid some scams. You released already on the crypto market some tools, and you are continuing with the current project you will present after. Yes, I quickly understood everything.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is the first project. So this is the first step, but yeah, that's a good summary. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Could you just tell me how much people you are? Just the number.
So 4 people.
5, 10.
So 4 people in the core team. Yeah.
4 people. Okay. Thank you. I'll translate now. Alors, bonsoir à tous. Donc, la tête du projet, c'est son premier projet crypto en train d'être réalisé. Il a été product ingénieur durant 10 ans. Donc, c'est quelqu'un qui connaît bien sa thématique pour introduire ses produits et ses services sur le marché crypto. Il a eu des problèmes quand il a commencé à développer ses propres outils, à commercialiser au public. Il a rencontré beaucoup de problèmes avec des scams, avec des codes, avec le codage de contrats de tokens scammés à mort. Et donc il a justement réalisé il a réalisé justement qu'il y a une opportunité de proposer des outils pour justement éviter les arnaques, que ce soit sur le plan du codage de code, sur le plan des propositions les propositions de projets concrets dans le côté informatique et ingénierie. Donc depuis quelques mois, il a justement commencé déjà publiquement à vendre ses produits, ses outils qu'il a codés lui-même, pour pouvoir justement générer du chiffre, pour pouvoir justement, entre autres, faire participer ce projet dans sa résolution première. Donc lui, c'est sa première expérience en tant que crypto. Il est avec 3 autres personnes qui, eux, sont très compétents. Ils ont déjà réalisé plusieurs projets, notamment les front-end, donc ceux qui s'occupent de toute l'interface que vous voyez lorsque vous rendez sur le site web avec toutes les fonctionnalités mises en place. Voilà. Donc, pour récapituler, il a mis en place des outils qui permettent d'éviter des scams, d'éviter des arnaques sur le plan informatique, sur le plan du codage des contrats et sur le plan de la mise en place business côté IT pour des projets. OK.
Et
next question.
Ok, merci Guillaume. Alors justement, après avoir parlé de la team, je pense que c'est le bon moment pour parler du projet en lui-même, donc comme il le voulait juste avant. Donc j'aimerais bien savoir qu'il nous explique qu'est-ce que le token, donc l'explication de son écosystème, et voilà. Si le token va interagir aussi avec l'écosystème, de manière directe, c'est-à-dire si le token va être utilisé de manière plus ou moins directe dans l'écosystème.
Okay, so Abe, the next question about your project. Could you make a quick overview about your project and explain what is your token, what is your ecosystem, and if there is an interaction between your token and your ecosystem?
Yep,
so
sure.
A quick overview about your project. What is your token, and what is the potential interaction between your token and the ecosystem of your project?
Yep, sure. So our project is the Agent of I.N.U. Our token is Agent of I.N.U. And essentially, you need to hold Agent Shiba to use our website. Our website is a portfolio is a token tracker and scam detector that helps you track new tokens that are launching as well as old tokens that are pumping. So if you can see my screen, I can give you a quick walkthrough of what our website does today. Can you guys see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And just for your convenience, so we've just recently translated it to French. I know there's a few parts that are missing, like here, but most of it should be okay. So I'll just go through it in French. So you'll see a list of tokens. You can sort by different columns. So 24 hour, 1 week, 1 hour, 5 minutes. You can also sort by volume to find tokens with the highest volume if that's what you're interested in. You can sort by creator that to look at new tokens coming out, and you'll see how many trades they've had within the last 24 hours. You can also change that period to 5 minutes, 1 hour to see sort of activity over different time ranges. So it's really quite useful in that regard. So this nice honeypot icon tells you if the token can be bought or sold. So some of these are honeypots, especially when you're looking at the newer ones. A lot of them are honeypots, but if we filter by 24-hour price change, you get a better sense. So this Metaverse Cat Girl has become a honeypot, even though it's had quite a few trades. And you also get a tax fee for buy and sell, and the gas fee as well, which is really useful as you're looking for new tokens. We also show liquidity events, we show ownership transfer events, and we also show a third event type, which is just so we show token create events as well. So when the liquidity pool is created, so we tell you what the liquidity locker is and when that's due to expire. So for example, this one's due to expire in a year's time from now, and that was the X sale. And we also give you more information about the contract here. So this one's unverified. This one, the creators created a previous token, which is useful if you want to know if the creator's just spamming tokens constantly, or is it a legitimate creator who's creating only a few tokens and seeing those projects through. So this one's created 2 projects, and there's also some information on the contract. So this would suggest that there might be a hidden functionality in the contract. Do you want to translate just that part, and I can go into a bit more detail later on?
Yes, just a second. I have one question to. The honeypot, when it's red, it's potentially a scam, yes, and when it's green, it's okay.
Yeah. So it's telling you if it's a honeypot right now. So what we do is every 5 minutes we'll simulate a buy and sell, and if we can't successfully buy and sell, we'll show it up as red. If we can buy and sell, will come up as green. There's like as you know, oftentimes they'll start off allowing you to buy and sell, and then they'll eventually become a honeypot. So this doesn't detect that; it just tells you right now is it a honeypot or not. And that's where these problems will. So the idea of this icon on the left hand side is to try and pick up which ones might become honeypots as well. So there's that sort of two prompt approach to detecting a scam.
Okay, I will translate now this part, and we will move to the tokenomics after, but maybe I will come back to the honeypots with more details. Ok, so, alors, donc vous voyez l'interface qui a été partagée sur Telegram. Donc ici, vous voyez, il y a une mise à jour justement une mise à jour par semaine, toutes les 24 heures, par heure et par toutes les 5 minutes de l'évolution de chaque token, ici visible. Le nombre de trades, d'achats, de ventes qui ont été faites. Donc à peu près, une interface à peu près traditionnelle de ce qu'on peut voir sur d'autres plateformes. Le principe ici, c'est qu'ils ont une certaine traçabilité de créateurs du token. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? C'est-à-dire qu'ils sont à même de savoir, d'estimer le nombre de tokens qui ont été créés justement par celui qui détient le portefeuille initial du token qui est mis en place. Donc là, si on a Metaverse Cat Girl par exemple, qu'on va dessus, bon, le projet n'est pas encore vérifié, mais si on va sur les petits ronds orange où ou gris, on peut voir que justement le créateur a potentiellement créé un token quelques heures avant, quelques jours avant, ou bien sur une certaine période délimitée. Vous avez la date de création du token, donc ce qui permet de comprendre, de tracer quoi et comment. Et en fait, le principe, les 2-3 atouts que vous n'aurez pas sur les autres plateformes, c'est, donc on va parler donc là, vous voyez des petits pots, des pots de miel. Donc ces pots de miel, justement, ils permettent de voir quel est le taux de probabilité, quel est le taux de réussite d'échec d'achat justement de tokens. Donc quand c'est rouge, bien évidemment, il y a des risques parce qu'on voit que les résultats de vente ont échoué si on met la petite souris sur le pot avec la petite tête de mort. On voit directement que le pop-up il montre le coût de gaz au moment de l'achat. Est-ce que les résultats de vente ont échoué ou ont bien réussi dans les 5 dernières minutes? Donc voilà, donc il faut bien évidemment, il faut qu'il y ait une vente dans les 5 dernières minutes pour pouvoir faire une estimation. Quand c'est vert, bien évidemment, il montre à peu près les différentes ventes validées et combien d'heures la dernière mise à jour a été faite. Il y a aussi le symbole jaune qui se trouve un peu plus bas, qui n'est pas affiché à l'écran, mais voilà, qui représente à peu près un taux de réussite de vente ou d'échec de vente. Et donc, bien évidemment, la somme des deux, il y a une estimation qui est faite pour voir si le projet est risqué ou pas. De l'autre côté, on a deux éléments d'information qui sont assez intéressants. C'est là où il y a le petit dollar et un siècle avec une petite tête, avec des petits personnages. L'emplacement de dollar, c'est qu'il y a une liquidité qui est bloquée. Et donc, on vous met justement la date jusqu'à justement les liquidités sont bloquées. Donc, ça, c'est très intéressant. Ça permet de faire vos propres recherches assez rapidement. Et ensuite, à chaque fois que sur les petits bonhommes, vous avez les droits de propriété de transfert, quels sont les portefeuilles, où sont les droits de propriété transférés justement par rapport au token qui a été mis sur le marché. Donc ça, c'est vraiment les 3 petits ajouts majeurs qui sont vraiment très intéressants, qui permettent justement de décourter vos recherches un petit peu concernant la véracité, la fiabilité justement d'un projet qui vient de se mettre sur le marché. Okay, so now we will talk about the tokenomics.
Sorry, could I just show?
Could I just please describe a little bit more? Yes.
Could I just show one more feature before we move on to tokenomics, if that's okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. So yes. This is I'd say this is the basics of how to use the app. But if you really want to get into the details, so I think the most powerful tool is filtering. So as we know, we all have different tokens that we're interested in. Some people might like small liquidity tokens that have a high growth potential. Other people might like myself, I prefer tokens that have high liquidity, and also tokens that aren't too new. So I like tokens that are at least a few days old and they're still showing good price action. So our filtering lets you really get into detail and find the tokens that you want to invest in. So as an example for me, I like to look at tokens between 100 liquidity and 300 liquidity. I can set the creator that day to show me any tokens that were created, let's say at least a few days ago. So we'll say, let's say tokens created before the 1st of January. And you can see that this now, the UX updates only show tokens that meet that criteria. So I might also say, look, 10 trades isn't enough for me. I want a token that's really active, so I might say only show me tokens that have had 1,000 trades or more in the last 24 hours. So you can get really quite specific to what suits your profile and what you like to look in. And then once I'm here, then I might go through this and I might say, yeah, that's cool. I might decide to sort by volume to look at the tokens that are really high volume within that sort of 100 to 300 BNB liquidity. So as you can see, everything here matches that criteria. And then I might say, okay, why is Shiba dollars pumping them? Then I might investigate some of these ones further, right? So that's an approach. So different people might want to look at tokens that were created in the last couple of days, tokens that were created over a month ago, to see if there's an old token that's starting to come back to life. Why is that? Have they released some new product updates? Are they doing a good marketing pump? So to me, these is where the gold is. It's really digging through the data and finding tokens that meet a criteria that are really hard to find otherwise, right? So a lot of people actually there's no other tool that gives you that ability to really look for tokens that match a certain criteria. So if you spend the time to look for these, I mean, there's a lot of gems to be found here.
I have one question from my side. You said that to use the platform, so to use the features, you need to own your token. Yes, your token directly in a wallet, in our wallet. Which features are allowed with token holding?
So right now it's actually all in free
You
beta.
said-
Yeah. So we haven't actually restricted anything yet. So right now our main goal is to try and get users onto the platform. So we've made everything available for free. In future, yeah, I mean we'll lock down some features. The ones that we'll lock down, look, it's hard to say. It'll be based on what we think is going to be best for the projects. So if it makes sense for us to make most features free and only limit a few advanced features, we might do that. I mean, there'll always be a free tier, but we just need to decide what's going to make the most sense for our project and for our holders. So that's still a work in progress. Right now, everything you see is available for free.
Yes. Ok. Donc, comme vous l'avez vu, il y a justement une fonctionnalité qui est additionnelle. C'est les filtres. Donc, le nombre de. Si vous voulez voir justement des tokens que selon selon des critères prédéfinis, volume, liquidité, nombre de ventes, d'échanges, par nom, par catégorie de token, le nombre de dates aussi. D'une date à une autre, par exemple, si vous voulez quelque chose de plus précis. Si vous avez remarqué une dernière tendance, mais que vous voulez plus de précision et voir quels sont les tokens qui ont vraiment bien augmenté sur une période définie. Autre chose qui est important, pour le moment, toutes ces fonctionnalités que vous voyez à l'écran sont gratuites pour le moment. Ça ne va pas durer, bien évidemment, c'est normal. Pour disposer de certaines fonctionnalités qui seront bridées, il faudra posséder le token. Il faudra que vous disposiez d'un certain montant de leur token de ce projet, agent chez I.N.U, pour avoir accès justement à ces fonctionnalités. L'équipe n'a pas encore décidé quelles sont encore les fonctionnalités qui vont être bridées pour la partie gratuite. Voilà. Et donc, pour l'instant, il y a encore de communication là-dessus. Okay, I translated this part. It would be maybe great to keep a privilege for the first investors, maybe, you know, to avoid some frustration, you know, that you have first investors in your token, and after that they do not have access to the premium features, to the future premium features. Maybe it would be great your side, maybe once to I don't know. It's just a point of view from my side. Because I saw in a different project that the next move, the same move like you, that all features are available for a specific period of time, and after this, some features are just for premium status, and sometimes I saw that some reaction were a little bit bad, rude from community. So yes,
okay.
I just saw the same context.
And just on that point, that's a good remark. We've actually been I know Imi's been speaking with someone in this space who's actually suggesting it might be worth keeping gold features for free, but we just need to work out if we do go down that path, we just need to work out a way to actually incentivize people to hold the token. So look, it's something that we're thinking about, but yeah, I mean the tokenomics and all that is up in the air right now. We're just trying to work out a way that's going to be best for our users and also for our
Yes.
holders as well. So if anyone has any ideas too,
I just wanted to mention another experience I saw from my side to prevent all potential, you know.
Yeah,
bad
absolutely.
scenarios.
Absolutely.
So it's just yes. So for the next part concerning the tokenomics, could you explain, please, the whole steps concerning purchases, concerning sales, the fees, etc., etc. What do you plan for your tokenomics?
Yeah. So we've actually put together a very detailed blog post that goes into all aspects of our tokenomics, so all the way through allocation, team marketing, wallet liquidity, and whatnot. So this is I mean, I guess if you can see that on my screen. So right now there's a 1% reward to holders in the form of reflections. We've got 2% auto liquidity to increase our liquidity pool and create price stability. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit of echo. So there's a 4% tax to dev and product development, and a 4% tax to marketing. So right now we're actually putting 8% into marketing. So I'm not making any, like Imi, myself, and the other devs, we're not making any money at all from dev fees at the moment, because given where the project is at, I think it's important that we put our focus into marketing. Get marketing to a point where it's where the project's really kicking, and then we'll look at how do we start to incentivize ourselves as developers. So right now our focus is really on making the project successful. So some anti-whale features we have are a 2% max wallet, a 0.3% max transaction. In an ideal world, we'd like to reduce those the tax fees a bit. Right now the volume's not super high, so if as volume does pick up, we might reduce the tax fees accordingly. Right now it's about 11%, just because we do need those funds to help us with our marketing efforts and continue kicking that along.
Okay. So globally, if we do the sum of your fees, it will be how much? It will be 13.3%, or it will be 15%.
No, so it's 11%. So the last two aren't. They're just a max wallet percent and a max transaction amount. So it's 11% buy and sell tax.
Okay. So 11. Okay.
Yeah.
On aura donc des frais. It will concern purchases and sales, or only one of them?
No, at the moment it's buys and sells, so purchase and sell.
Ok. Donc nous avons ici, comme vous le voyez déjà à l'écran, nous aurons 11% justement de fees sur les achats et également sur les ventes. Donc 1% pour les reward pour ceux qui détiennent le token. 2% en auto-LP, 4% pour les devs justement pour pouvoir alimenter le projet côté technique, 4% pour le marketing, parce qu'il prévoit justement une grosse communication, un gros plan marketing pour les périodes suivantes de ce semestre, et les deux autres pourcentages que vous voyez là ne sont pas pour le moment actifs. Voilà, ces pourcentages seront mis en place lors de l'évolution justement du volume de tokens, donc c'est pas pour maintenant. Okay. Yes. The next question is that do you have an interaction between your token and the ecosystem? I understand that your token will be used to get access to premium stuff, but do you have additional features with your token, or it's just for the premium access?
So at this stage, it is just for premium access. Look, in the future that might change. There are, and I don't want to promise anything, but there are some on-chain functionality that we might look to offer. So things like stop losses might be something that we offer, and things of that nature. But that, look, again, I don't want to sort of determine where the product is going to go, because that's really going to be dictated by our users. So what features our users are like and don't like, and on the back of that, we'll make decisions as to where we take the product. So we do have a roadmap, and and I can show you maybe a bit later on what we're currently working on. But in terms of the future and how we can tie our ecosystem more closer to our app, again, that's going to be determined by where we take the product and which parts are going to be most valuable to our user base and holders.
Ok, fine. Donc, pour le moment, comme ça a été dit, sur l'écosystème en interaction avec le token, pour l'instant, c'est que les accès premium c'est que en rapport avec l'accès premium sur certaines features, sur certains services de cette interface que vous avez vu. Mais dans le futur, il devrait y avoir peut-être une intégration d'autres types de services et le token sera justement utilisé en amont avec ces services supplémentaires. Mendoz.
Alors,
Oui.
maintenant, concernant les questions de sécurité, donc on ne l'a pas encore abordé, on aimerait savoir par rapport à la liquidité, donc si la liquidité est bloquée ou pas, si les devs sont docs ou pas, le contrat également, s'il est renoncé ou pas, et s'il l'est ou s'il ne l'est pas, pour quelle raison. Et alors l'explication des différents wallets, donc s'il y a des wallets qui qui initialement étaient déjà remplis avec le token en question, et alors l'audit. Voilà, donc s'il y a un audit qui a été fait, si oui, par quelle société?
Okay. Next questions will be about the security of your token contract. First question: your liquidity pool is blocked or not?
Yep, it's locked for another 5 months.
Ok, donc la liquidité est bien bloquée pour les 5 prochains mois. Okay, did you renounce to the contract, or do you have yet an access?
No, yeah, so we won't be renouncing. As we're a utility token, we'll need access to the contract. But we've our contract's fully audited, and we have no issues at all have come up. So I personally went through and modified. Look, we started off an existing contract, and I modified it to ensure there's no ability for us to do anything nefarious or anything dodgy, even to the point where we've got a maximum tax that we can set. So it's impossible for us to set more than 25% tax on buy or sell. And otherwise, there's really nothing we can do from a contract point of view to impact the token. So we'll continue to leave that just so we can adjust tax fees and whatnot. But we do have an audit. I think we've shared the audit as part of our shill banner that we sent to Sniper DeFi. And I'll see if I can just bring that up too quickly.
So if I correctly, I just will translate that and get back to the audit in a few seconds.
Okay, no worries.
Donc le contrat n'est pas renoncé parce que bien évidemment s'ils veulent switcher les différentes options, services et futurs services de l'interface, ils ont bien évidemment besoin d'avoir accès au contrat pour pouvoir modifier justement les conditions d'utilisation. Toutes les conditions nécessaires autour de la spéculation de l'utilisation de leur token. Donc non, le contrat n'est pas renoncé. Voilà, c'était justifié. Yes, so concerning the audit, did you do already an audit, or it will be done soon?
Yes, the audit's done. So we did it through Watchtower.
Watchtower, ok. Il y a un audit avec Watchtower. S'il y en a qui veulent vérifier, ça s'appelle Watchtower WTW.
So here, I've just brought it up now. So here's our audit, and you can see that they were really very happy with our token. We have a good understanding of cryptocurrency, professionally built, and if you look at the code itself, there were no issues that were found. So we passed all the checks, and 0 security issues found.
Ok. Bon, comme vous le voyez sous vos yeux, ils ont été testés par Crypto Watchtower et qui montre justement un test positif avec des bonnes performances et des bons résultats. Will you plan to get an audit from Celtic for example?
If we can justify it. Right now, I think the cost is quite high with respect to where the token is at. But in future, look, if that's gonna bring additional security to our token and give confidence to our user base, yeah, I mean, yeah. But I think the project will need to be a bit more advanced before we go down that path.
Ok, donc pour une, pour une question de coût, de coût d'opération, il prévoit bientôt de faire un audit par Certic et des entreprises équivalentes. Le problème, c'est bien évidemment pour l'instant, ils n'ont pas les moyens pour le moment financiers pour pouvoir le réaliser, mais c'est prévu justement pour compléter leur audit général avec ce qu'ils ont déjà fait avec Watchtower. Voilà. So, the next question.
Ouais, alors. T'as mon
ouais.
Excuse-moi, j'ai pas eu.
Ouais, je parle.
Ok, vas-y, yes. Excuse-moi.
Do you have a doxed team? A team with public profiles or not?
Yes, we are docs. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, okay, cool. So I can share with you. So I mean, I guess we've doxed in the sense that we've revealed who we are by picture. So in terms of look, if you look hard enough, you'll find out who I am. I haven't released my name on Twitter or anything, but I have posted about the project from my own sort of personal accounts. But this is us. So we doxed. Yeah. So that's me over here on the second from the right, and Imi on the right. And we've actually got. So this is a movie director who's based in Melbourne as well, Melbourne, Australia. He's in a movie with Zac Efron. So we met up to discuss crypto. He's an investor in our token, and as part of that, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to just take a picture and show our community who we are with someone who's pretty famous, very well known. And yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Do you plan to pass an KYC audit in the future concerning your doxing?
So we have done a private KYC in terms of a in terms of a sort of more public one. Look, I mean, potentially it's an option. I haven't really given it a huge amount of thought. But again, if it's something else, look, like in terms of our project, we've got nothing to hide. Everything's above board. Okay. So if it does,
it's just a little small advice. I know that a lot of investors communities like KYC processes, audits, and if the project has this opportunity to do that, it can be a big advantage for you to confirm that your project is very, very, very serious. It concerns the bloggers too when you want to make some media content promotion.
Okay.
Concernant les... Donc oui, la team est bien évidemment docs, comme vous le voyez, ils sont tous visages découverts partout sur Twitter. La question supplémentaire qui était posée, c'est peut-être qu'ils n'ont pas encore prévu s'il y avait un audit, KYC audit pour une confirmation d'identité avec un document d'identité prouvé, certifié. Ça, ils n'ont pas encore prévu de le faire, mais déjà le fait d'avoir passé cette étape et d'avoir montré les visages de toute l'équipe, c'est déjà un gros pas et ça permet de montrer que évidemment le projet a un certain fait preuve de sérieux au minimum. Voilà. Nous avons alors yes. The next question we have. Could you just tell me about your wallets? Which wallets are fulfilled with your token, and the explanations. How much was fulfilled for each wallet, and why?
Yep. No problem at all. So there are 4 wallets that are controlled by the dev team. So that's 1 wallet for myself, 1 for Imi, and 1 for our 3rd developer. There's also a marketing wallet. So we've got 8% amongst the 4 of us. So that marketing wallet is there. Look, it's there just in case we need it. Whether that's for a future exchange listing or whatever the case might be, or if we are in dire need of funds, we might access that wallet. In terms of my own wallet, I've got zero intention to sell. So the way I hope to make money off the project is via the tax fees, and that's sort of my avenue. Look, on 2% is actually, from my understanding, for a main dev wallet, it's actually quite small. Initially, it was going to be 5%, but I decided to drop that down to 2% to give the community some confidence, and likewise for the other guys. So yeah, I mean, we've got no intention to sell our holdings. We are making our revenue via the tax fees.
Okay. In these 4 wallets, do you have wallets containing a certain amount of of your token, or the whole amount of token is already blocked, linked with the liquidity?
Yeah, so it's linked with liquidity. Yeah.
So okay. So for your 4 wallets, do not have a piece of tokens of your token currently.
Oh no, they do. Sorry, they do. We're holding 2% each. So each of those 4 wallets has a 2% allocation.
Okay. Currently, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Donc, ils contrôlent 4 wallets sur lesquels 3% du total du montant des tokens sont alloués justement sur les 4 wallets. Le reste des 97% sont bien évidemment bloqués dans la liquidité. Notre interlocuteur ce soir nous mentionne que ses revenus sont de 2% sur les 8% sur les 8% de fees, justement pour pouvoir continuer à développer. Enfin voilà, et les revenus le reste des revenus sont dispatchés, comme ça a été expliqué tout à l'heure avec le reste de l'équipe. Et il y a aussi une partie des commissions qui seront faites sur les achats et les ventes de tokens seront dédiées justement au listing du token sur les différentes plateformes, parce que évidemment cela coûte un certain prix. Donc voilà, ce sont les dépenses suivantes qui seront effectuées en plus de la communication marketing. Voilà. J'ai fait le tour de toutes les questions sur la sécurité.
Yes. Alors, je pense que on va aborder bon, il a mentionné un DEX. Enfin voilà, un petit peu parler de DEX. Est-ce qu'il peut nous dire si c'est prévu de faire justement un swap ou un DEX pour la suite du projet, et aussi une plateforme de stacking, si c'est déjà le cas, si c'est pas le cas, si c'est prévu.
Yes. Alors, okay. So you mentioned previously that you mentioned previously a DEX. Is it in your plans to create a swap DEX platform or a staking platform?
It's not in our plans to do so, but we are looking at partnering with another project potentially that can offer staking of our token. So I don't think we'd put that out natively, but yeah, I mean we would like to, and we have been approached by a couple projects. We're just trying to work out the details as to whether they can offer staking of our token on their platform.
Oui, donc bien évidemment, c'est dans le projet de faire un DEX pour du swap en relation avec un projet. Ils vont peut-être faire une plateforme de staking, mais ce sera intégré à un autre projet. Mais ça fera partie de l'écosystème Agent of I.N.U, bien évidemment. Voilà pour les 2 questions.
Ok, merci. Question marketing. Donc voilà, on n'a pas encore évoqué le marketing. Est-ce qu'il peut nous parler un petit peu du plan marketing, s'il y a des partenariats qui sont prévus, peut-être des amas, des calls qui vont être faits sur Telegram, Twitter, quels influenceurs ils vont faire appel. Voilà.
Okay. So here, Abe, there will be one question with several points. Concerning your marketing plan, do you plan partnerships, AAs, Twitter, Reddit, Telegram operations, and maybe media content release with bloggers? YouTube or something else? Tell me everything.
I can answer this question if you want.
Yes.
Yep. So we have done multiple AMAs in the past, and we do plan on continuing to do AMAs because we find it the most transparent way to communicate with our audience, to explain the app, to talk about the project. We have approached multiple Twitter influencers. We have a few YouTubers, and we have used many influencers in the space, and we continue to do so. We're currently in talks with a couple of other projects to work on a partnership, as Abe has mentioned previously. It's still in the works, and they want to include us in the ecosystem. We were approached; they approached us, so it's quite interesting, and it could be something big in the future.
Is it confidential? Confidential currently, or you could reveal some names?
It's still in the works. It's just all all just talks until we come to a full agreement. I can't say anything.
Ok. Donc, bien évidemment, dans l'emploi marketing, il est prévu qu'il y ait des partenariats avec certains projets clés. Pour le moment, ils ne sont qu'au stade de la communication et de l'interaction ensemble. Il n'y a encore rien fait effectué, donc ils ne publieront pas les noms des projets, qui les ont contactés eux-mêmes pour justement faire un partenariat rapproché. Ils se sont déjà rapprochés de beaucoup d'influenceurs pour pouvoir effectuer une couverture médiatique via YouTube spécialement, du Twitter aussi. Ils vont continuer bien évidemment à faire des emails sur Telegram pour continuer à montrer qu'ils sont transparents sur le plan de la communication et au niveau de leurs prévisions, de leurs plans avec les différentes communautés, les différents canaux Telegram. Voilà. Do you plan soon a promotional marketing operation to release a new feature or a new strategic KPI for you?
I think we have a really cool feature coming up soon. Abe can show you, and I feel like this will be a major marketing move for us. Abe, did you want to explain the feature and why it will be beneficial for the project?
Yeah. So
this community appreciates the exclusive information. So thank you.
Cool, no worries at all. So these our design tool, and these are just a few sort of prototypes. So right now, if you notice our app, it's really just a list of different tokens, but there's no way to look at an individual token in more detail. And it also makes it quite hard on Telegram, Twitter, and any other sort of medium to share information about a project, because there isn't that ability to link to a token and get that in-depth detail. So I believe that sort of limited our ability to get the word out there and make this go viral. So what we're trying to do is allow people to link to our token, and as you do with PooCoin, as you do with some of these other tools, you just drop a link to that. People can see information about the token themselves, and that gives them confidence, right? If we get to that stage where anyone can share what Agent of I.N.U has to say about a token, that can help get the word out there in a lot of communities in a way that's very organic, very natural, and lead to organic growth of our token. So to that end, we're working on it, and these are all just different prototypes. So none of these have been confirmed yet, but these are I'll show you a few different prototypes. So this is a token page where you get in-depth information about a token, token information, price action, chart information, and version 1 might look something closer to this. So and then I guess in a version 2 release, we might have a full chart in there. There's just some work we need to do on our side to enable a really in-depth chart. But so these are what we're currently working on. So we're just trying to finalize the design of our token page, allow people to share this and spread the word that way. And we think this will be a really, really big step for our app for a number of reasons, most of the ones I just mentioned.
Okay. Donc ici, vous voyez, ils prévoient justement de faire, ils ont des prototypes justement pour axer plus le côté, l'aspect analytique justement des tokens, les prévisions, tout ce qui est volumétrie, etc. Donc il y a aussi un système de partage qui doit être effectué, qui doit être intégré justement pour pouvoir permettre à chacun de partager justement son. Si j'ai bien compris, je vais vous demander confirmation. De partager sa propre analytique ou le token justement qui a été trouvé. Could you confirm to me, please, everyone could share a new token or a new information about what is going on, for example, for a specific project in your future features, yes, right?
Yeah, so you can just copy the link, paste that in Telegram, and people can see information themselves about that token.
Ah, okay. Ouais, donc bien, voilà. Donc vous pouvez partager justement des informations en copiant le lien justement d'un token en particulier et partager des informations sur quelque chose qui est en train de se produire, sur une hype ou sur tout autre type d'événement en rapport avec le token qui vous intéresse. Donc ça, c'est encore prototypé. Il faut attendre un petit peu avant de voir une présentation précise de comment est-ce qu'on partage les informations. Clé sur un token qui va.
Yes. Alors, dernière question maintenant. On n'a pas encore évoqué les différents listings, donc voilà, ça fait déjà un petit moment qu'ils sont lancés, donc qui nous parle des listings CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, si c'est déjà fait, si c'est en prévision, et peut-être des listings sur des DEX ou des SEX éventuellement.
Yes. Yes. So for the last question about the listings, your project is already on the market since a certain period. We would like to know if you are listed already on CoinMarketCap, on CoinGecko, and if you are listed on some DEX and SEX platforms.
We are not listed just as yet because the volume is not up to what we need it to be. But in the last 5 days, we've tripled in holders.
You are talking about which one? Which one you are talking about?
Our project, the
CMC and CoinGecko.
The CMC and CoinGecko.
Yeah.
We haven't been listed because the volume isn't there yet. But in terms of growth, we've grown about 3 times the previous holders and market cap in about 5-6 days. So we're slowly getting the volume where it needs to be. So if anything, that presents a better opportunity for new investors, because once this reaches CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, there'll be huge exposure and it'll be a lot more eyes on the project. And it is quite a unique and powerful project. So I feel that it could go really far.
And just to touch on that point, so
yes.
I was just saying, so compared to other projects, so right now I think our market cap's just over $500,000. Other comparable projects are generally $2 million up to $10 million plus. So there's a lot of growth potential here in that regard. And with CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, there is that ability to fast track and get on there sooner. I guess from our point of view, we've been prioritizing actual app development and sort of more organic growth in market and things like AMAs, rather than spending a huge amount of our sort of budget on fast tracking CMC, which might or might not work. So we've made an intentional decision to defer on that. Given that it's a utility project, we have a lot of sort of news flow, organic growth just on the back of releasing new features, which has been working well for us to date. And hopefully, as Imi said, in the near future, we'll be at a point where we'll just be able to get CoinGecko just based on our volume alone. And we are at 2,000 holders now too, which has been really good. We were about 700 a week ago. We're now just almost at 2,000. So there's a lot of growth and a lot of new users.
2,000 holders.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you listed on DEXs or SEXs platforms?
We are not, no. I mean, obviously we're on. Like, what do you mean by DEX? So we're on Pancakes.
So for the moment, some DEXs.
So DEX like
DEXs have the
this kind of
yes.
Centralized Exchange. So like PancakeSwap or
I mean we're on PancakeSwap.
On PancakeSwap, of course, but maybe on FegX or other decentralized exchange, and so you said you are not listed on the centralized exchange. Maybe it is planned in the future.
Yeah. So I guess if you look at where our project is right now, look, I'm not sure with any sort of legitimate exchange is gonna be interested in a project that's at 500 market cap and not doing a huge amount of volume. But yeah, our aspirations are to be on a large centralized exchange in the future. It's a journey together, and we're on that journey right now.
Ok. Ils sont actuellement à 2000 holders de leur token. Ils ont atteint à peu près $500 000 de market cap. Bien évidemment, pour pouvoir être listés sur CMC et CoinGecko, ils ont besoin. Et bien évidemment, il est plus intéressant d'être un market cap entre 2 millions et 10 millions pour pouvoir être pris, pour être intégré justement sur ces listes et d'autres listes conséquentes d'autres plateformes, bien évidemment. Ils sont bien évidemment listés sur PancakeSwap et ils prévoient bien évidemment dans le futur de se faire lister sur les grosses plateformes centralisées et n'importe quel DEX complémentaire à PancakeSwap ou équivalent. Bon, voilà.
Ok. Yes. Alors on va passer aux questions. Donc le chat est ouvert à l'écrit. Donc si jamais vous avez des questions, ou bien alors il y a quelqu'un qui levait la main là tout à l'heure qui est parti maintenant. Donc si vous avez des questions à l'oral, vous pouvez lever la main, je vous démute. Et sinon, vous pouvez aussi poser les questions à l'écrit. Donc tu peux leur dire qu'on va passer les questions s'il y en a.
Yes. So, Abe and Imi, thank you very much for the answers. Now, our community will ask some questions, and I will translate it for you. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. We could have some few seconds late when you interact between us.
Okay.
There is a lack of connection. Okay. Allez-y.
Was there a private sale or a pre-sale for the launch, or was it the fair launch?
There was a private sale for the launch, yeah. So we raised about 50 BNB in liquidity from a private sale, allocated to our holders. So I think we had about 40 people in the private sale. Most of who got, I believe it's been a month now, but I think 0.5% was the private sale amount.
Ok, merci. Guillaume, tu peux peut-être traduire la question et la réponse.
Oui, donc là, il y a une private sale qui est une vente privée qui est prévue, qui est de l'équivalent de 15 BNB en liquidité, et donc il y a une participation, si j'ai bien compris, de 40 personnes pour cet événement de prévu. Donc après, comment est-ce que vont être sélectionnées les personnes? Abe, how will be select the 40 people which will participate to this private sale?
So they were selected. Look, a lot of them were just people. Sorry, what was that?
I said maybe it's the first 40 people which will buy the equivalent of 15 BNB in your token, and the private sale will close after this.
No, sorry. So this was the private sale that we did 1 month ago when we created the token. So it's not a future private sale. Are you asking in the future about when we create the token?
Non, Guillaume.
Yes, in the future. Do you have a private? Ah, pardon.
Je pense qu'il y a eu une incompréhension dans la question de Guillaume. Peut-être que tu as mal compris quand je l'ai dit. C'est pas grave, mais il a répondu à la question en fait. Donc je vais vite y répondre au cas où. Donc c'était par rapport à la private sale. Donc j'ai demandé s'il y avait eu une pré-sale ou une private sale avant. Et donc en effet, il y a eu une private sale de 50 BNB qui était nécessaire pour le lancement du projet projeté dans la liquidité. Voilà, c'était ça la question.
Ok.
Non, il n'y a pas de souci, il n'y a pas de souci. J'ai une autre question ici à l'écrit, donc si tu peux la traduire, Guilhem. Donc, il dit, c'est quelqu'un qui dit, je vois qu'on peut accéder à l'interface sans token. Est-ce que c'est le cas? Donc, il ne faut pas de token pour pouvoir accéder à l'interface. Donc, enfin voilà,
Yes, c'est ça. C'est ce qu'il a dit. Il a expliqué que l'interface pour l'instant est gratuite et accessible à tout le monde, et que lorsque certains services que vous voyez qui sont gratuits seront verrouillés, il faudra bien évidemment disposer d'un certain montant de tokens pour pouvoir y avoir accès en connectant votre wallet. C'est ce qui a été dit au début.
Ok. Est-ce qu'il y a des options de plus si on hold le projet?
Do you have additional options for holders of your token? What is the how to say that? So what is the main advantages? Because you have 1% of your reward, and do you have additional advantages or options for holders?
So do you mean like incentives for holders of the token? Or?
Yes, I'm talking about the holders of your token. Will they have additional advantages, not just the 1% reward?
Yeah. Look, my hope is to increase that reward from 1%, but like I said previously, so we would like to offer staking at some stage, so allowing our token to be staked on via a partnership. So that's something that we're actively exploring. Obviously, they'll have access to the app as well. And look, if you look, I don't like to make any price predictions, but if you factor in sort of a reasonable number of users of our platform, each holding anywhere from 100 USD to 500 USD to gain access to premium features, you can see that we're extremely undervalued in terms of where our token could go. So if we had even a thousand users who wanted to hold our token to gain access to premium features, there'll be the amount of liquidity that would come into the token is actually quite a significant amount. So there's a lot of growth potential just there, just as we get more users on the platform who want to hold for premium access. But like I said, reflection is 1%. We would like to increase that to 2 or 3% as volume goes up, and we can reduce our dev and marketing fees accordingly. Right now, I don't want to increase it just because 11% is probably the maximum tax that I want to set. So ideally, it'd be 10% or less. 11% is already quite a bit higher than I would like. But we are considering that in future. Staking hopefully will come at some stage, and premium access is the third benefit.
Okay. Donc, vous avez dit tout à l'heure, il y a donc le fait de disposer des tokens, disposer des tokens de leur projet, ça permet donc un accès à la question avec les futurs services premium qui vont être bridés pour les freemium, pour tout ce qui est gratuit, Yahoo, l'accès au 1% de reward avec bien évidemment en addition à ça, en ajout à ça, une plateforme staking justement pour apporter plus de reward que les 1% initiaux, que le 1% initial, pardon. Petite précision sur le nombre de tokens qu'il faudra disposer pour avoir accès au premium, sachant qu'il peut y avoir plusieurs tranches de premium. Il faudra disposer d'une équivalence de 100 USD à 500 USD avec leur token pour avoir accès au privilège premium. Voilà. Ils sont encore en période de réflexion sur la découpe des services premium, sur ce que vous voyez sur l'interface.
Ok, merci. Alors encore une autre question. Quelles sont les choses qui déterminent si un projet est un scam ou pas? Et si c'est possible, qu'ils nous montrent comment ça se passe pratiquement sur l'interface.
Okay. Abby, what are the conditions to get to say if a project is a scam? Is it possible for you to share with us on your interface what must be done to show that a project is a potential scam?
Yeah. So look, if it's red, that means that, as an example, this one here. So Web3 Web3 I.N.U. So that's where we're actually simulating a buy and sell. So we're trying to do a buy and sell. And in this case, we were able to buy, and when we bought, the tax fee was 1%, the gas fee was what you see there, but the sale failed. So that tells us, with extremely high accuracy, that this token can't be sold, right? So that's an indicator of a honeypot, and that's happening against the current state of the blockchain. So that's really accurate. There is one exception where anti-bot might actually come up as a honeypot. So if it's a big token and you know it's safe and it's showing up as a honeypot, it's most likely they have decent anti-bot in there, and that's tricking our system. So that's very common for honeypot detectors, is that anti-bot gets confused as honeypots. But otherwise, the vast majority of tokens, especially new tokens, if it shows up as red, don't touch it, because it's unless it's almost certainly a honeypot. Beyond that, so these marks here, so we're actually analyzing the contract code. So we're looking at the contract code itself. We're trying to pick up on vulnerabilities in the contract, any issues that we can detect. So we've currently it works okay. We're working on a much more robust system, which I think will probably be. I mean, I don't want to sort of make absolute claims, but I think will be state of the art in terms of rug detection in the DeFi space. So we're currently just working on a proof of concept of that now. It looks like it's gonna work very well. So that's now on our product roadmap. We haven't sort of officially talked about it, but in the future we'll be looking at implementing very, very robust rug check-in and contract code analysis. So those are the two mechanisms that exist today. So another thing that we'll be implementing, which we haven't done yet, is looking at creator interaction. So if the contract owner is calling particular functions, we'll alert on that. And also if certain functions exist in the code, which we know previously have been used to, rug the contract or honeypot, or turn it into a honeypot, we'll be looking out for those too. We've currently got a database of, I don't know the exact number, but thousands of previous honeypots. So we've got the potential to do some advanced AI, and I do have an AI background. So I worked a few years as an AI engineer. So that's something that I'm considering at some stage, once I get a bit of breathing space, to look at implementing AI scam detection as well. So based on the previous data that we've collected, can we actually use that to detect future scams with a high level of accuracy? So I guess that's where all the magic's happening. We understand the space really well. We've got a pretty broad set of experience that we can apply to this space, and what you see today is really just the beginning. We think there's a lot more we can do in terms of creating the best sort of scam detection, rug detection in the market.
Ok. Alors, donc, en ce qui compte donc les conditions supplémentaires concernant pour savoir si un projet est un scam ou pas. Un système de détection va bientôt être mis en place concernant la vulnérabilité pour les contrats. Donc ça permet de savoir si les contrats sont considérés comme fiables ou non fiables lorsque vous voulez trader le token. Il y aura une intelligence artificielle qui travaillera en background, donc en arrière-plan, pour analyser quels sont les scams potentiels avec les conditions réunies, calculées et actualisées toutes les 5 minutes, les heures, les jours, etc. pour accumuler le plus d'évidence possible pour montrer que tel projet n'est pas fiable, n'investissez pas dedans. Tout ça de manière automatisée. À l'heure actuelle, quand on prend leur site, le fait que les conditions qu'un projet ou un détenteur de token, un créateur de token n'a pas été vérifié, par exemple, est une condition suffisante pour montrer que le projet peut être risqué. Le pot de miel que vous voyez avec les têtes de mort, par exemple, si les ventes ont échoué au maximum, comme ça a été dit auparavant, eh bien, ce token est considéré comme non fiable. Il y a aussi
Le taux de gaz FIS, s'il est très élevé alors que les taxes d'achat ou de vente sont peu élevées, mais voilà, le gaz FIS sont très élevés, c'est aussi potentiellement un scam, donc il faut faire attention avec ça. Dans le sens que vous voulez acheter un token, vous l'achetez, vous dites bon, le taux de les taxes sont faibles, mais après le prix de gaz pour pouvoir justement effectuer le transfert est très élevé parce qu'ils peuvent avoir un impact là-dessus lorsque c'est un projet scam. Et donc il faut faire attention à ça, c'est aussi un critère très important pour éviter de se faire arnaquer. Voilà après le résumé par rapport à ce qui était dit.
Ok, parfait, merci. Bah écoute, il y a encore une question qui dit, est-ce qu'on peut rechercher un token en particulier? Et donc apparemment, c'est une personne qui essaye en ce moment et qui ne voit pas la barre de recherche sur le site. Donc s'il pouvait montrer ça également pour le site.
Ok. Là-dessus, il faut qu'il clique sur filtre. Sur filtre, il peut rajouter le nom normalement. Donc, et ça se rafraîchit automatiquement. Je viens de le faire sur le site moi-même. J'ai tapé BNB et dès que tu tapes BNB dans nom, dans le filtre avec le bouton rouge, ça rafraîchit, ça met à jour directement tout le listing. J'ai mis BNB et il va me mettre toutes les équivalences tokens en rapport avec BNB. Donc ça fonctionne par mots-clés. Vous mettez BNB, vous allez tomber sur BN Bank, BN Pro, Elastic BNB. Voilà, ça c'est les 4 premiers que j'ai mentionnés sur la recherche. Donc pour faire une recherche, vous cliquez sur le bouton filtre, vous rajoutez le nom ou les mots-clés que vous voulez pour détecter le token qui vous intéresse. Je peux mettre Shiba Inu par exemple et vous l'avez directement. Je mets Shiba Inu avec un espace, pas obligé d'être collé et vous avez tous les tokens existants qui ont la mention Shiba Inu en mot-clé directement.
Ok, super. Merci. Bah écoute, il n'y a plus de questions, ni à l'écrit ni à l'oral. Donc voilà, Tyson te remercie pour la réponse, Guilhem. Donc voilà, bah écoute, tu peux les remercier de leur présence ce soir. Et on mettra voilà, il n'y a pas beaucoup de monde ce soir. Voilà, comme je l'ai expliqué avant, on marchait un peu en difficulté pour le moment. Donc voilà, il y a peu de monde sur Telegram. Donc quoi qu'il arrive, on mettra la main en épinglé sur le groupe. Donc comme ça, tout le monde pourra y avoir accès. Et bien sûr, quand il y a des updates, des nouvelles importantes ou quoi que ce soit, donc ils viennent le partager directement sur le groupe, ils peuvent épingler voilà, pour les infos importantes.
Okay. Abe, Imi, thank you very much for your contribution to understand more your project. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of persons in this channel, but as you know, the market is unstable for the moment concerning Bitcoin and other big tokens. But we a recap, of course, a recap will be published on the DeFi channel. Okay. Ah, l'audio?
Oui, on va épingler l'audio en fait dans le groupe, comme ça tout le monde peut y avoir accès. Je vais notifier tout le monde dans les blancs, comme ça tout le monde aura accès à la main sur le groupe.
Yes. Ouais. Donc, of course, we already registered the audio conversation for this session. It will be published in a kind post on on Sniper DeFi channel, of course. And if you have some features, some news, do not hesitate to publish it and to find it directly on Sniper DeFi channel for the community.
No problem.
Thank you very
much. Thank you very much for hosting us today.
Thank you guys a lot.
Yes, keep us in touch concerning your project, because this is a very real interesting project. You have an original approach concerning these services for customers to avoid scams, and for myself, I'm very impressed by your work, guys. Seriously. And I think the community, they will see the bind post concerning the audio session of today. They will surely check it absolutely and check your projects absolutely.
Great. And just on that point, I'll be posting a video as well with the audit. Like I've been recording my own, so we'll post it on YouTube. And yeah, it'll be good to share that in the channel as well, just so they can see the screen share as well as the audio.
Yeah, so perfect.
Nice.
Don't hesitate to share anything as a video or something. When it's useful, you can come and on Sniper DeFi and post it. No worries.
Great, thank you guys.
You're welcome to do it. Thanks a lot.
No worries, thank you, merci. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.